Hey guys, Zach here, back with another video for you. September is officially Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month. I know I'm uploading this video kind of late, better late than never. I'm also wearing my Spinal Cord Injury Awareness t-shirt. It says Spinal Cord Injury Warrior, if you can read it. I got this off of Amazon, and if you didn't know, the color for Spinal Cord Injury Awareness is green. If you are new to my channel or seeing this for the first time, my name is Zach Colley. I was paralyzed in a beach accident when I was 15 years old that left me quadriplegic. So before my accident, I knew absolutely nothing about spinal cord injuries. If I saw someone in a wheelchair, I figured they were just born that way or had something wrong with them. I was just a 15-year-old boy living my teenage life. Now, after being paralyzed for 8 years, I can say it's a lot more than just physical. You know, I remember I would see someone paralyzed in a wheelchair before my accident and see, wow, they can't use their legs, so that must just suck. But there's a lot more that goes on with a spinal cord injury than just not being able to use your legs or arms. It also affects you internally. A lot of people who are paralyzed lose the function of their bladder. You also lose the function of your bowels. You have to deal with autonomic dysreflexia, uncontrollable body spasms. A lot of people, including myself, can't sweat anymore, so I have to be really careful about going out into the heat. If I'm outside and in the sun too long, my body gets super hot and overheats, and I'm not able to sweat and cool myself down. The same thing goes for being out in the cold. If I'm out in the cold for long periods of time, my body gets super stiff and it actually becomes painful. So there's a lot more things that go into being paralyzed than just losing function in your body. It's almost kind of like an iceberg, you know. The tip of the iceberg is you just see us paralyzed in a wheelchair, but below it there's a lot more things that we have to deal with than just not being able to walk. So like I said, I've been paralyzed for over 8 years, and I'm still continuing to learn new things all the time about spinal cord injuries. Here are some facts that I want to share with you. So spinal cord injuries are not as rare as you may think. In the United States, someone is paralyzed every 48 minutes, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. I almost can't really imagine that, someone being paralyzed every 48 minutes. More than half of spinal cord injuries happen between the ages of 16 to 30. But it is clear that anyone can be affected regardless of their age or stage of life. Males account for approximately 80% of spinal cord injuries. That's a lot. So the number one cause are car accidents. Other common causes of spinal cord injuries are falls, violence, sports, recreational activities, and illnesses. Diving, which is what happened to me, I dove into a wave at the beach and hit a sandbar, which means I basically just hit the ground and it was super shallow, is the fourth leading cause of spinal cord injuries. And that can mean diving into a pool, diving into the ocean, or diving into the lake or river. 30% of spinal cord injuries are hospitalized one or more times during any given year after their injury. So I want you to really imagine this. You are you right now, going throughout your normal day. You're getting up, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, making breakfast, eating breakfast, getting dressed, doing your hair, and taking off for work. You have plans, goals, and dreams. You are able-bodied and a very independent person. Then, in literally a split second, all that is taken from you. You are now trapped in a body that no longer works. This is what myself and most all other spinal cord injuries have experienced. I remember before my injury how easy it was for me to jump up out of bed and get ready for the day. I remember waking up about 15 or 20 minutes before school started. It was walking distance. I could no longer get ready in 15 minutes. It takes me at least an hour to get ready and in my chair every day. All that independence was taken away from me in an instant. Now, not everyone has an accident from a spinal cord injury. Like I said, you can actually get paralyzed through an illness, but majority of people are paralyzed because of an accident. Not only are you losing physical function, but you have to emotionally and mentally process this life change. As a spinal cord injury, you never forget the day of your accident. We each have our own story. Many people who have spinal cord injuries refer to their life before their injury and their life after their injury. It's as if we've lived two lives, because we have. You know, for me, I was injured, like I said, when I was 15, and the first 15 years of my life are completely different from my life now. I almost consider my life started over when I was 15 years old, the day of my accident. I have a reenactment video of my story. I'll leave it as a link in the description below if you want to check it out. So what do I want people to personally know about spinal cord injuries? I want you to know that I am still the same person I was before. I am still Zach Colley. I did not turn into a completely different person as soon as I broke my neck. I had to adapt and grow and now get used to living in a body that no longer works. I had to learn how to do things differently, and I matured, but I'm still me. You can talk to me just like you did before my injury. Many people with spinal cord injuries were given the same diagnosis as I was. When I was in the hospital and my parents showed up, the doctors told both of them to sit down. The doctor told them that their son had broken his neck and suffered spinal cord damage and was now paralyzed and a quadriplegic. He told them that I had less than 1% chance of ever getting better. I also lost my core strength. I lost the strength of my lungs, which makes it harder for me to breathe. I don't have the ability to cough up mucus in my chest when I get sick. I don't have enough strength in my lungs. When my nose is running and I need to blow my nose, I can't do that. I don't have the strength to push it out. Coughing is hard. My arms, hands, wrists, and fingers were all affected. It's your entire independence taken away. You have to be mentally strong dealing with this injury. Not only is it physical and mental, it's also very emotional. I see all these able-bodied people walking around, going about their daily lives, and I know exactly how that is because for the first 15 years of my life, that's how it was for me. Not only are spinal cord injuries physical, mental, and emotional, they're also extremely financial. It's very expensive to live in a paralyzed body. I wrote down some of the financial responsibilities, so I'm just going to kind of read them off really quick. Doctor and hospital bills, medications, special adaptive equipment, wheelchairs, house modifications like a ramp so I can get in the house, a roll-in shower so I can shower in my commode chair, daily medical supplies, caregivers, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and an adaptive vehicle. All these things are extremely, extremely expensive. Here's a financial fact for spinal cord injuries. In a study taken place in 2016, if you are a spinal cord injury C1 through C4, I'm a C4 quadriplegic, you can expect more than $1 million in expenses the first year, and about $181,000 every year after that, not including loss of wages. That is why many, and if not all of us, have to fundraise. It's something we have to constantly deal with. The Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month officially started in September of 2014. That was 4 years after I was injured. I broke my neck in 2010. Since then, I have seen and noticed a huge difference from then till now. There were times where there were some places that I couldn't go because it just wasn't wheelchair accessible. I would pull up to a place or a restaurant and I would get out and realize there's only steps. There's no ramp that I can get into a restaurant. So I would have to basically just turn around and leave. So if you meet someone who's paralyzed, keep in mind what they have gone through. It's an emotional roller coaster. There also may be times when you see someone in a wheelchair and they may come off as rude or mean, and there are those people out there. Unfortunately, they are very angry with their lives. They don't understand why this happened to them and may just take it out on the world. And then there's other people who, you know, handle the cards they've been dealt with and just choose to continue living their life and doing the best they can. You know, for me, it's not easy. It is hard sometimes. You know, it's a struggle every day, but I just try to take every day, one day at a time. Hi, Sedona. But anyways, I just want to share that with you guys. Now, obviously, it's different for everyone, and not all people who are paralyzed are the same. There's different levels with different functions lost and many different stories. I have another video I made of me talking about the definition of what a quadriplegic is. I'll leave that video's link in the description below. I really hope this video brought more awareness to what a spinal cord injury is and what it does to a person's life. Not only is that individual just affected, but it also affects the whole family. Remember, Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month is every September. Thank you, as always, for watching my videos. If you guys like this video or learned something new today, please push that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thanks.